Low Fat Podcast going on.
Marathon.
What?
Marathon.
Why is it a marathon?
People are listening to all of them.
Okay. So, I don't know what to talk about.
Well, shit.
Well, it is, the elections are coming up, and it's kind of funny how everybody is just going nuts on it. Like it really matters.
Of course it matters.
It don't matter.
I don't want Joe Biden to be president.
I don't think anything would be any different.
You don't think he would be scary as fuck as a president?
It might be helpful to bring down the demise of the rottenness that is festering in our country, and that might just be the thing that just kind of wakes everybody up. Hey, just like there's a whole bunch of
not about it. Sorry.
What?
So it's not about somebody that's going to shine a light on stuff and get rid of the corruption?
That's up to us. If you haven't been listening for the past month, then that's kind of the point. There are three branches of government. The executive should probably be the weakest.
They should. Well, that was the way it got set up.
And, there have been a lot of changes to the way things have been thought out at the very beginning to kind of divorce us from the thing. But really, in politics, we should really care about our congressperson, our congressional representative, and then our state assembly person, and maybe our city council folks. Those are the ones that we elect directly.
And no one, if you ask most people, they're probably going to tell you who any of those people are.
And that means, to me, you kind of deserve the bed that you're the bed of shit that you have to lay in every night. If you can't be bothered to kind of clean it up, then why does anyone else need to make it your bed for you?
So you don't think it makes a difference who's president?
No.
Ugh. You're so wrong. Because,
Okay, so when Barack Obama was the president, his signature plan was to try and get us towards socialized medicine in some way.
Mm-hmm.
That happened. And then a whole bunch of people ran on how that was frickin' wrong. And if you elect me into office, I'm going to make it right. And supposedly, over the course of President Obama's tenure, the Democratic Party lost 1,000 seats combined.
A lot of seats.
In state legislatures, city councils, and in the federal government. Do we still have what is affectionately referred to as Obamacare?
Yes.
Well, how many years down the line?
I don't know.
Didn't it pass 2012 or something?
Yeah.
8 years later.
Wasn't
still going strong. And isn't it funny how whenever someone loses an election, it's the other party that has cheated? Now, I love how people sit there and say, no, that's a Republican thing. Because if you vote in mail, then there's all kinds of fraud going on. Well, Hillary Clinton thinks that someone cheated and made somebody else president. Whoever it is, that woman in Georgia, thinks someone cheated and kept her from being the governor.
Yep. There's a lot of cheats around.
I think they all cheat, is the point. Just like they're all corrupt. Which is, funnily enough, when they decide that you're no longer necessary or you've crossed the line somehow, according to their rules, you get caught on charges of corruption.
So you don't think the country's going to descend into chaos of...
The country is already descended into chaos. It just needs to descend so much that everyone's uncomfortable about it and wants to change it. Of course, by then, is there going to be the ability to change it? Well, who knows?
Ugh. Well, that's a nice thought.
There's all kinds of people that's just telling all kinds of scary stories, right? Joe Biden's crazy. Joe Biden, if he gets elected president, it's his vice president that's going to be the president. So you could have Tammy Duckworth or Kamala Harris or somebody saying Michelle Obama's going to be the next president. It's just people's on the down low hush hush about all this stuff.
Right.
And what else are they using to scare you? Oh yeah, some stuff to scare the Republicans or people that tend to swing non-democratic party. The senators have said that if Joe Biden comes in and there's a Democratic sweep, they're going to get rid of the filibuster. Everybody's always talking about this, right? When it's the Democrats and they're not in power, filibuster is very necessary. What?
Cramp in my leg.
You eat too much?
Yeah, maybe.
Dude, you're making a weird face.
It's because I got my whole leg's cramping up. Sorry.
Maybe you need to go walk it off or something.
No, do it. Continue on your rant.
I'm not ranting.
But you were like rolling.
Yeah, well, it's over now.
Sorry.
I highly doubt that the identity of the president is really going to matter. When
That's sacrilege.
When nothing has happened. Every branch of government has devolved into some kind of something that does not resemble what was intended or what it started out as. And, people might say that's great. Okay. But
it's not great.
There's a lot of things that I think that could be changed for the better. I think that maybe 300,000-400,000 laws can be just taken off the books that are unnecessary.
Well, that's not going to happen if the country descends into chaos. There won't be any laws.
Maybe that'll be better.
It'll just be like the Wild Wild West.
Yeah, and then somebody will say, we need the police. And then, be like, oh, no, we can't have the Wild Wild West anymore. Somebody's got to do something. That's always great to hear. Somebody's got to do something. Why don't you do something?
Oh, no.
Well, then, continue to lie and sleep in that bed of shit you've made for yourself. And everybody else.
We should call this the uplifting podcast.
It is uplifting. You've got all the power.
Do we, though, really?
Well, it depends on what you want to do.
Well, to have power, you have to have resources. And to have resources, you have to have money.
I'm not talking about you have all that there is to have to be corrupt.
Oh.
Because that's all that kind of power is. It's a corrupting force.
Money. You mean money is a corrupting force?
Well, there's some people that think that money is power, but whatever, yes. The kind of power that you're talking about is merely a corrupting force. Some people are better apt to deal with it than others. None of them are in power.
Well, what power do we have if the system's corrupt?
We have the power to live our lives. We have the power to test and see if the system's actually corrupt.
Well, it is corrupt.
We have the power to teach our children to be less stupid than they are right now. To think more critically than they are right now.
That's what you mean by power.
You have the power not to engage.
Very difficult.
Did not say it was going to be easy.
Simple, but not easy.
What is your beef with that term?
No, it's true, but it just annoys me.
Why?
I just don't like things.
What was my question?
What is my beef with that term?
And what was your answer?
I don't remember.
To paraphrase your answer is, I have a beef with that term.
No, I don't like the idea of things being difficult.
Why are you so binary? I just said it wasn't easy. Didn't say it was difficult.
Not easy means difficult.
So not smart means stupid?
Yeah.
So 80% of the population is stupid?
No.
At least 80% of the population is not smart.
So you're talking about a continuum.
Well, it's got to be a hierarchy, right? If we're all smart, then why aren't we all prosperous? Because we're all cunts.
I don't think prosperity and being smart have anything to do with each other.
I don't either.
I mean, I'm just thinking of some of the politicians you just named before.
They're all worth millions of dollars, tens of millions.
None of them strike me as particularly smart.
I don't think you go into government if you are. You go into government because you want power. You want to play with stuff. You want to play with other people's lives. And in years past, there was only a certain class of folks that could do that. They were wealthy. Just because you're wealthy don't make you smart. That's another thing, right? You're born with smarts. Genius is something you're born with. It's not inherited.
So you can't become a genius?
No, you are born a genius or you're not.
No.
But you can't inherit that genius.
You can inherit.
You cannot. Just like leadership. Leadership is something you're born with. You don't inherit it. Thus, meaning a great leader will not spawn great leaders. And a genius will not spawn geniuses.
I'm like, there must be. I don't think there must be exceptions to that rule.
There might be a coincidence where there are like two super smart people within 2 generations of each other.
Right.
But just because they're exception don't mean like, oh well, that just busted that statement. No, it didn't.
I don't know why I don't like that expression.
That was my whole question, and you still came up with the same answer, just said in a different way.
I think, you know what it is? I think I don't like the idea of things being not easy.
Why?
I don't know.
Are you so useless that you can't do anything unless it's easy?
No.
Are you so stupid, so weak, so undetermined, so, fill in the blank that unless it's easy, you can't do it?
No.
Then why don't you like it? Why do you dislike that statement?
I don't know.
That would be the only reason, right?
I feel like it's like very open-ended.
What is?
Things are simple but not easy.
But that's true. There are plenty of things that are simple but not easy.
But what does that mean?
It means the answer is readily apparent. The execution is not.
So it's a pretty simple statement, though. No, it's not a simple statement. It's...
Are you looking for some kind of hidden gem in there? Or some? Well, it's not happening.
Why not?
I'm not a fortune cookie.
Well, maybe you should be a fortune teller.
If I were, I would probably be...
Or a guru or some shit like that.
Well, then, if you want to start following somebody...
Guru Dave.
My Patreon account is... send all your money and the deed to your house.
We need to come up with a different name. That Guru Dave just doesn't really work.
Sure it does. It's true. I could be like Oral Roberts.
Who's that?
He's a guy back in the 80s who told his flock that if they don't send him tons of money for him to do his next venture, God's going to call him home.
So everybody sent him tons of money?
A lot of people did. And I was like, Oral Roberts, you idiot. You had a chance to go to heaven and you didn't take it. It's a good thing Oral didn't ask me, because I'd be like, I'm going to give you the express ticket to God right now. I ain't going to give you shit.
That's funny.
Why the hell would you not want to go to heaven?
That's really funny.
What?
That's a joke. Your joke is funny.
But it's true. I didn't make that up. Oral Roberts actually did that.
You broke me with your saying.
Which one?
What were we talking about? Simple but not easy.
Well, tons of stuff is simple but not easy. Weight loss, simple but not easy. Warfare, simple but not easy. Fighting evil, fire, simple but not easy.
Maybe that's the key to life.
What?
Simple but not easy.
No, the key to life is there's no key.
There is no spoon.
No, there's a spoon, there's just no key.
Well, that sucks.
I don't think it sucks.
There's no magical answer.
Why would you want a magical answer?
Because then things will be easy at that point.
You're assuming that with a magical answer, things would be easy.
Yes.
You're not assuming that... What if with the magical answer, things just become 10 times more difficult? What if the magical answer is, yeah, do what this guy says, but, there's going to be a catch?
I don't like the sound of that. There is no key. Even worse.
So there you have it. I don't know what we were talking about because I've forgotten. I'm not listening.
All of us who are looking for the key to life, our hopes and dreams have now been dashed to pieces.
No, you don't have to think that if you don't want to. There's tons of people that sit there and think that they got the answer. They may have. I don't know. I just don't really care.
Well, there you have it.
Who has it? Who has what and who has then? Anyway, that's enough. I gotta go to the bathroom.
Bye.